Well, this definitely represents the mood I'm feeling. So let's fix that really quick. Clear. Yes. Weather is set to clear. Okay, enough of that. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sergeant Alex here, and what I thought was going to be the next episode was this beautiful two-person little starter house. I have some little details I wanted to work out. It was going to be fun. You have these little buildings you can walk in and stuff, but I kind of just recorded building this, explaining this entire area, and yeah, the record button did not really work. It didn't. I thought I clicked it, but I didn't. So I'm gonna come back to this at a later date. So, what is this magical place I'm flying around as I think on where we're gonna put today's build? Well, this is a random seed that I have turned into my current realm that I do with Robin, my buddy Robin, me, and I. And we still have the survival series. That's his realm. That's the one he manages, and this is the one I manage. And we decided instead of a super flat testing world, because either one of us can just jump into one by ourselves, um, we're going to just turn this into a big map and just start building on it and just seeing where it goes. So you can see over there, there's that one build. I actually like this spot for today's build, which today is actually going to be a nice little fun one. Sticking with my castle theme. So I am going to grab just some basic building blocks. Let's get an overall outline. And I like the idea of starting over in this corner. So we're going to have that. And I want two sections for this castle. It's not really going to be a big castle, but it's going to have some nice little details. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 13, 14. Should kind of give us the overall feel. No, that's going to be off one, so there we go. So our little crenellations will pop up properly. 2, 3, 4. About 4 blocks. Then we'll actually, you know what? Let's do the turn in here. Let's square this off. In this one, I am taking some inspiration from realistic castles, and a lot of them didn't have. A lot of the smaller ones were just square, made it easy to build and relatively safe and easy to defend. But not a whole hell of a lot inside. But I mean, with this one, we can definitely change that up a little bit. Okay, so I want to come off of that spot and that's going to be our crenellation up, so we're going to do that, which will give us a little bit of some crenellation action going on the inside. So we got our footprint figured out. I'm just going to raise this up a little bit. Actually, let's figure out the rest of it. You know, do they ever add the little detail here where if you build on top? No, they did not. So I'm going to hold off the actual walls later. But dark oak or spruce. For now, I'm going to go with the spruce. And I do want to build a little bit of a wall around this place. This build itself is going to take multiple trial and errors. But I want to get the overall feel of it. I'm going to start it. I want a little house here. This one's going to stick past the walls. Go a little wider. So drag this one out this way a little bit. Right here. Actually, let's go in one more. I want a house that's parallel with the walls. We're going to use this to make our nice little courtyard. Just for the entryway, we'll come that way. To give ourselves a little gap. Then I can pull the wall off here. And then over here. So I think we got a nice little blueprint working out. We got a little, somewhere around here is going to be our little entryway, which is going to snake across. Right here we have the castle, which I'm actually going to go with another traditional thing. The main door itself was built up. That way the staircase or drawbridge or whatever could easily be destroyed. Thus, if you're invading, can't really get in there to invade if you can't really get up the front door. And a suit of armor going up a ladder just would look ridiculous and it's impractical. So that was a nice little quick, easy defense mechanism because wood burns relatively quick, stone does not. So you can kind of save yourself that way. So I'm thinking over here we'll have the gate where you have to go through the house. We have a nice little courtyard area, and then boof, it's going to be the main house. And we'll figure out these two in another episode. Today I just want to concentrate on the castle itself. So I am going to disappear, and when I come back, we will have the main box itself done. Okay, and we are back, and one thing I just want to do before we closed up this hole, is actually the roof itself. A small little detail that I wanted to add. So we're gonna build that up, and then boop, 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 boop. And this is gonna give us a little bit of an A-frame in the center here. And in reality, this would help like drive off water and get it off the roof itself. So we're just gonna pop in these few blocks here, and that'll help tie everything together, give us a little bit of a focal point for our eyes to look at when we take in the entire build once it's complete. And then up here, we're just going to add this. And that's why I left the edges off there. And then just to give a little bit more shape, just going to run some half slabs. That way one block, it doesn't look weird having one block there. You can actually kind of see the difference right there. Just helps tie in the whole section together. It gives us a nice little shape. If you wanted to, you could probably put some stair blocks in there, but I'm going to leave with the solid blocks. Kind of like that shape better, especially for something this size. And as we did before with the planning out the blueprint, gotta pop in some articulations. Not articulations, crenellations. Articulations is when you pop out the front out a little bit and then go in. This one is just going to have the crenellations, which are little spots in between. And this helps with archers and stuff. Gives you a nice little safe spot. Arrows kind of have trouble penetrating big, thick rocks. And to add a splash of color, I'm going to come along here and pop these in between. Little fence, you can do whatever color you want. I find since I'm using spruce wood for the roofing material, a little bit of oak will help lighten it up and still take away from the whole gray. So we can have that, and right there is the doorway punched in. The crenellations and stuff are actually kind of close on this build. I should have made this one block wider. Actually, wrong block, solid ones right here. If we wanted to, could pop in this and make a nice little feature here. Boof. Add a little bit of texture there. Not liking that one. You could do a different color. I remember way back in the day, if I can find a picture of it, I'll pop it up on screen right now. I made an obsidian castle where I did something like that out of the obsidian. But again, actually no, that one was a survival mode at the beginning. I did the creative towards the end there just to get the color and stuff. Minecraft had just released creative mode, so kind of upgraded my first world into that. And I made the obsidian castle for the whole obsidian knight skin I created at the time. So that was that. Now just hop in, quick staircase. Oh, I looked at the bottom of the block. And to go with everything, actually, let's do a mixture. Let's get some cobblestone. All right. Oh, click on that. Let's get some cobblestone and andesite going on. There we go. The stairs look like they have a nice little support. We can walk right in and up. Helps if your player model's not in the way. Add a little detail here while I'm at it. That way it looks like it has a little bit of a safety rail going on. There we go. So now it looks nice when we walk up into our beautiful, lovely little castle. And no lighting in here. That is going to be a problem. But we will deal with that after I fix the rain again. Just kind of loves rain here. I'll have to turn the weather cycle next time I'm playing with the settings. But for now, I want to add a little bit of detail on the outside of the castle, which I can do that in a few ways. One is adding windows, and there I can add more color and stuff. But before I do that, I want to play with the gray a little more. So actually, hold it here. Let's grab some Trixie Doodle stuff and do a nice weathered effect. So actually, I don't need the polished blocks. I need the stair blocks. I just had those. Half slabs. There's the cracked and regular version. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut out the corners here. And go right up here. And every so often I'm going to see if I can do a nice big gap like that, and yeah, it'll add up there. I'm not sure about this section here though. If I can get it to go around the whole build, that would be great, but if not, we can figure something out. And just changing up the simple textures with different gray blocks is going to help a little bit. Yeah, that should work just fine. Let's fill the gaps here. I know I left some here, grab that. And because we are here, and you know, it doesn't work right here. We'll pop that one up. And you know, let's compare, let's see what it looks like there. So just that little corner there adds a lot of detail. And we'll just fly up in front, and you can see the difference now really already. Would help if I added the detail itself. So that should all line up. So there you can see the little bit of detail change right there. So I think I'm going to disappear on camera, get the rest of the corners notched out and filled in. I will see you when I finish that. Okay, and I'm back, and now is for the next step, which is we're going to just change the stone up towards the bottom in random little spots. We're going to toss in the mossy stone, maybe swap it out for a little andesite stair, make it look like the walls degraded a little bit. And as we get to the top, maybe pop in a few more cracks, because there's not going to be as much moss up here as there would be at the base, so kind of keep the green stuff more towards the bottom. Let's see, actually, let's toss in a mossy stair there. Andesite stair just to give it a little bit more texture. Actually, I'll just do a regular one. I got andesite right there. Regular one. And one thing I do like to do, since I know right here is a floor, and that is going to be just putting in a complete gap there. If I poke in a few more holes, our next floor is actually on this level, so I'm going to sneak in and do that. So I know when I put in a floor here, I'm going to have a little section there. So again, I'm going to disappear for a little bit, go around and do this to the entire build, and when I come back, we will see the completely weathered castle, and I will see you in a few seconds. Okay, and we are back. We got the main part of the castle done. Got the roof on, the walls, the doorway, and as I mentioned earlier, when I was talking about texturing everything, now we just need to let a little bit of light into this build, which the best way is actually going to be doing that. Let's get rid of the A. What I need is something big, beautiful, gorgeous, majestical, magical. I'm running out of words to say while I look through it. Lighting source. Again with the rain. That is the 6th weather storm that I've had in the few minutes I've been building this build. Okay, so somewhere here is going to be the first floor, which for this one I am going to go solid. I'm just going to leave myself that gap so I can fly up and down. I'm going to probably decorate in here off camera. I want a window there and there. And, you know, how do I like that? Yeah, 2 wides right there will work just fine. And I will carry that down here. So we got some windows right there on the first floor. As I have mentioned in previous buildings, there's two ways. Actually, that one's going to be too light. There's two ways to really do windows. Actually, will glass work there? No, it will not. So for everything to work properly, you will have to finagle with the walls a little bit. You know, actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I want dark oak. I think that'll work better. I've mentioned this shutter technique in a couple videos now. Just make sure they're all on the same side. Poof. Can add some shutters, adds a little bit of detail to the build. Just to help bring out this wall a little bit more, since I'm using dark oak shutters, let's add some buttons right above the windows. And that'll give a little bit more color and detail to the build. Actually, no, let's break that up even more. So, yeah, I kind of like that look better. So we're going to put a little bit more space in between here. So poof, that adds a little bit of detail. I just want to do a side-by-side for the windows. Maybe let's do floor by floor instead. And as I just mentioned, you're going to have to finagle with building blocks here, so can't exactly fit a stair block in there, but you know what? You can swap a crunchy one from there, and then actually no way. There's already a stair block there, so we can do that, and that'll still give us the same effect that we are looking for. Not really. Actually, I kind of liked it right. Would like it right there. So that adds a little bit more. Adds a little bit of detail. Looks looky in the window. So you can decide: do you like that window or that? Just for this build, since I'm not really worrying about PvP or anything like that, or accuracy, I'm going to stick with the glass just because that blue pulls in a little bit more color. If you wanted to, as I clear out a spot for my hotbar, you could play around and go for a different medieval type effect. And go for stained glass type windows. Oh. Did I place yellow anywhere? I did not. So I'll just swap you out. Let's pop a red there. So you can go for a nice little stained glass effect there. But in the ease of making this a nice easy build for me, I think I'm just going to stick with that. So again, just for the purpose of keeping this video short and not really lengthy, I just want to kind of go through the fun of getting this build done, and I want to concentrate more on the decorations on the inside and stuff and bring this whole thing together. I'm going to disappear really quick and just do the same thing. Just kind of wanted to show you the technique. I'm going in on the floors and using this as the level to figure out where I want the windows. So on this wall, I think I just might want one. I'll leave that one solid, another one there, so we can kind of see who's coming in like, hello, thank you for visiting. And again, I'm going to have to go on the outside and move some boxes just so that window looks normal. Unless you're going for a whole ruined effect, in which case that would work great. And on the inside here, we're going to have some different floor levels. I did not grab the glowstone, so let's do that. And I'm just using this as a temporary light source, kind of light up the build for you, so it's a little easier to see as I get rid of the 7th rainstorm in this video. I'm not even counting the ones that happened off camera. Those are the ones I've actually manually went in and deleted. So you know what? I'm going to do And I think that'll make a nice little neat layout for the floor. I definitely have some room in here to play around. And I'm definitely going to be doubling up on the walls, so what you see now is not actually going to be the final walls. So, going off of a well, I say yield, I mean, we're going back a while. Just because I don't have anything on the inside for the glass to lock on. I'm going to just substitute it for solid blocks. Since we're going thicker on the walls in some sections, you could put the glass behind there and kind of double up on the window itself, and that'll give you a little detail. So there's the after and before, after, and before and after. So I'll let that one sit there. I'm just gonna disappear, as I mentioned a while ago, and figure out where I want to put the rest of the windows, and I will see you when I get back. Okay, and I am back. I popped in the last of the windows. I played a little bit with the wall. I gotta do some texturing on this wall there because of all the windows. But on the top floor, I want to do some big windows to look over the lush landscape. I really should put my render distance up. And I laid out a little bit of the floor. There's going to be a step down here that goes into this room, and here you can see the double up windows, which I think for here I'm going to keep it stone. I might turn into a library, but for the inside I definitely have the wiggle room to double up on the walls and add a little bit more detail that way. So we have this, and this is going to overlook like a little balcony down the center area. We'll decorate up here accordingly. Coming down here, we'll go into the main portion of the house, and I want to decorate off camera. And in here, I'm thinking maybe popping a nice little bedroom, and you can kind of see out into the courtyard, which it's going to get blocked up by a building there, but I still think it's going to have some nice detail. I left this part solid because we have a staircase and we can add some extra details here, and this will go up into the main door, which in times of attack, you can burn down this staircase and be relatively safe. Hopefully the wall in these two houses won't catch on fire. But that's pretty much it. Some quick little details. I'm gonna go around off camera, add the rest of those details, so definitely check out the next episode where we have the full fleshed out details for this, and we're gonna continue. It's either gonna be talking about the decorations on the inside or building up the rest of it. I think I might build up the rest of it and then do the decorations across the whole build itself, but this is definitely gonna be a multi-part build just because I want to keep the videos a little bit on the shorter side and still give you some good quality content. So this is Sergeant Alex, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm messing up the exit or outro or whatever it's called, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Recommendations down below, what you think, what you want to see. And other than that, this is Sergeant Alex, and I hope you have a nice day. Until next time, bye.